This video is for students to understand how to search Encyclopedia Brittanica. So the first thing, I'm starting on the Google homepage, and I want to say that that is not where you need to be. A lot of students want to come to Google and then type in Encyclopedia Brittanica, and there is an option here, and it works kind of okay, but I want you to get used to accessing our resources through the library's homepage because it gives you features that are not available to you in the open resource on Google. Okay, so first thing you need to do is go to coker.edu/library. All right, that takes you to the library homepage. I suggest that you bookmark this because you are going to be using the library's homepage, hopefully, during your studies throughout your time here at Coker. All right, so first things first, let's scroll down. We're going to go to databases, click the database button. It takes you to the A to Z database list. This is all of our listings in alphabetical order. We're going to make it easy on ourselves and click E. And right now we're looking for Encyclopedia Britannica. It's right here. We're going to click that and it is going to take us to the home page. All right, so at this point in the class, you're still trying to figure out what you're going to research for the rest of the class. What are you going to do your papers and your assignments on? So if you're not entirely sure, you can kind of go through here and browse. If you go through here, you can browse different people's biographies. Obviously, you see Martin Luther King Jr. He's a great research topic, or civil rights in America is another great research topic. World Fact Book gives you some interesting information. Right here, popular topics, as you scroll down, I think this is very, very helpful to you. I've had lots of students do their assignments in this class on these topics here. Climate change is a wonderful one. World War II, as you see, Martin Luther King Jr. I'm going to pick Holocaust. I do think that there's another class here at Coker because I get a lot of students studying Holocaust, and that's perfectly fine. If what you research for this class helps you in another class, that's exactly what I want you to be doing. All right, Holocaust, we're going to click that. Okay, so it brings us to this article, which is just an overview of information. So you can see over here, and you can look at the different table of contents, which gives you information on the article. So let's say we want to go to extermination camps. It just takes us straight there. And we're looking through here. Now, one of the things I do want to point out is Encyclopedia Britannica is connected to the dictionary. So let's say you're reading through here and you see a word that you don't necessarily know what it means. Adequate. Let's say you didn't know what the word adequate means. You just double click over it and it gives you the definition. Okay, I think that's very helpful because a lot of times you're like, I don't know what that word means. Periodically, see, anything you click, double click on, it'll give you the definition of, which I think can be very, very helpful. And as we go back up, searching around, going to the top of the article here, I want to point out that there is images and videos. So if you click that, and let's say that you had to do a presentation or do a slideshow, these are images that you could use for that. Just make sure that you cite it and say that, you know, these images come from Encyclopedia Britannica. You can click on related, and in here, it's going to take a minute to populate this page. Okay, so now as you click related, these are other entries in Encyclopedia Britannica that are related to the Holocaust, like different people that were associated with it, Nazi Party, things like that. And then finally, you've got article history. When you click that, this gives you the history of the article. This is not necessarily something that you need, but just to let you know, this article has been around since 1998, and so they've added to it, they've revised things, they've added media, and so this just gives you the history of the article itself. All right, so that's one way to search and browse around Encyclopedia Britannica that I think can be helpful. And another way is to just type in your own. Okay, so let's say you browsed around there, you're not necessarily excited about any of those topics. You can also come up here and just search your own topic. So I'm gonna say, let's say you're a nursing student and you want to search Florence Nightingale, who is a very popular nurse. I don't know about you guys, but when I searched Florence Nightingale, I spelled it like this, with an E. And I searched and I didn't get any results for Florence Nightingale. And I was like, how could that be? She's the most famous nurse, you know. And so then I realized that I spelled it incorrectly. I didn't spell it right. So I'm going to go back and type it in again. Well, let me start over. Florence Nightingale. And I just wanted to point out, as I was typing this, it gave me recommended articles, and it spelled it correctly with the I in the name here. So when you're typing in here, just take it slowly and pay attention. Don't look down at the keys, and look up every now and again, because it will give you recommended articles. So let's go ahead and click Florence Nightingale spelled correctly. And now we're here and we're in this article. Again, you can see you've got the table of contents. You've got all this information here. You can double click to get your definitions of words, all of the stuff that I just went over. But I do want to point out this information here at the top to wrap up this video. So first things first, you can share. You can click email and email this article to yourself, which I think is very helpful, because as you're researching, you might want to gather several articles at once and send them all to yourself, and then have them all in one spot. You can favorite it. You can make an account on here and have a whole bunch of favorites. If you're doing some in-depth research, you can print the article out. And right here is cite. In this class, citation is very, very important. That's really what I'm trying to get you to learn, is because when you're writing papers in your other classes here at Coker and for this class, it's very important that you know that you have to cite your sources. So where you're getting your information from is your source. And when you're writing your paper, you need to say, this is where I'm getting my information from. So in this class, you're allowed to use MLA and you're allowed to use APA. So this style menu right here gives you the option of picking which style you want to use, because different classes, different disciplines have different citation styles. So again, in this class, you can use either MLA or APA, and I'm going to pick MLA, and this is what the citation for this article. So if you're reading this article, you found information that you want to use in your paper, now you need to cite it. So you're going to highlight that and then copy it and then put that in your citation. So that is very important to know how to do that. Then you've got translate if you need to listen in a different or read it in a different language. And
Introduction. Florence Nightingale.
So that actually reads it out loud to you. So let's say you're in the car and you're trying to get, or you're on a bus trip and you need to have the article, you can put your earbuds in and listen to it, which I think is a great feature. And then you've got accessibility, where you can do font up and make the font bigger, and you can make it smaller. Okay, so that should help you use Encyclopedia Brittanica. If you have any questions, you can send them to me at kbasso@coker.edu.